bobbleheads. Some people live for them, some people die for them, and some people, like this lovely lady here, like listening to stories of bobble hunters on their adventures. Well, it's been a good night. Didn't necessarily get any sleep, but we don't have to go into any detail on that. And sounds like Magnolia's just doing her good morning song. Now, it's time for us to carry on looking for this Emmeline, the sister of the chap with the lady thing, and hopefully the rain will have stopped. Don't like getting my hat all crinkled in the rain, but who knows? Who knows? Also, while we're here, we need to check out some of any other shops that are around, and there is this awkward matter of the accidental drug dealing issue. I just wonder if we could maybe go over and smooth things over. I mean, I've got rid of most of the drugs, but you know, maybe we could just give them a few caps and go with it. Oh, hey.
But I don't want anyone here to forget what matters.
Hello?
Hey, Daisy. Glad you can make it. How's my favorite girl doing?
Oh, it looks like some sort of town meeting. Everyone's coming over. Oh, how exciting.
He wishes.
All right. We're getting off track.
Oh, what's this?
What was I saying?
The exchange.
Oh, that's right. What matters.
Oh.
We freaks gotta stick together. And the best way to stick together is to keep an eye out for what drives us apart. You feel me?
Yeah, you tell it like it is, Hancock.
Now, what out there in our big, friendly Commonwealth would want to drive us apart? What kind of twisted, unneighborly boogeyman would want to hurt our peaceful community?
The Institute and their sins.
That's right. Who said that? Coming up to my office later. You've earned yourself some jet. The Institute. They're the real enemy. Not the Raiders. Not the super mutants. Not even those tools over in Diamond City.
I don't know, Hancock. I'd sure love to give McDonough a kick in the ass.
Hey, we all know I got my own personal beef with that lardhead. But stay focused. Now, I want everyone to keep the Institute in mind. When someone starts acting funny. When people are doing things they don't normally do. When family starts pushing you away for no reason. We all know who's behind that kind of shit. And the only way to stop it is this.
I think this guy might go on for a while, so while he's speaking, I'll just have my morning tipple to make sure that I'm ready for the day. Yeah? Oh, we got the beer. Yes, the beer from last night. Got so distracted with that lovely little lady there, I forgot to have the drink that I was aiming for.
They can't control us if we're not afraid. Now, who's scared of the Institute?
Not us.
And which town in the Commonwealth should the Institute not fuck with?
Good neighbor.
And who's in charge of good neighbor?
Hancock. Of the people. For the people.
Hancock knows what's what. Always does.
Right, well, this institute, I mean, these people have a hell of a lot of problems, I have to say. I do feel sorry for them. I mean, there's the Raiders, there's the drugs, there's now the Brotherhood of Steel, there's the super mutants, and there's this
kill to be killed.
Deep fear.
Fine-looking weapons.
I don't think I've ever been to kill or be killed, unless that was unless that's Cleo's thing. Around there. Anyway, Carrie, you said you wanted to find some sort of head thing, and there's a memory den. Head, memory, brain. I've got no idea what it is, but you want to have a little peek in? Oh, and there's
Looking to buy?
Sure. Let me see what you have. What you got?
Suit yourself.
Oh, some faded trench coat, a duster, corset. You've got some good stuff here, I have to say. I've got a few little bits of bobs I can kind of sell your way as well. A bit of some combat armor and some other things you guys might enjoy having a little look at here. Let's go and give it a balaclava. It's very nice. You might enjoy. I'm just helping you stock up your shop. You understand? You know, it'll help keep you kind of a tickety boo and kind of going. And here's some leg armor as well. How about that? Yes. Right, come along, Carrie.
You gonna buy something?
Looks like there's a whole load of traders here. How exciting. We'll have to have a little look. Right, Carrie, let's see if there's anyone here that might be able to help you with a little problem, and then we'll maybe go and talk to the lovely gentleman about the small issue of the drugs busted and everyone got murdered at. Oh, whiskey? Damn it, it's empty. Ah. It's empty. It's a mirror. No, it's not a mirror. Surely that's a mirror. So you're definitely not in the mirror. It's not a mirror, it's a window. And there's a Nuka-Cola. Ooh. Now these do look exciting. Some sort of strange pods of some kind. Oh gosh, it's like one of those old movies I was kind of watching. With a femme fatale awaiting us. Hello, I am.
Manager's not accepting new clients right now, sweetheart.
Well, that is a brush off. I'm Hugo.
Oh, enjoying yourself in Good Neighbor? It's a heck of a town, ain't it?
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. One of the best I've found since arriving here. Lovely to make your acquaintance as well. Okay, Carrie seems to be hanging over next to this young lady here.
Thank you so much.
Me?
I hope you find some peace one day.
What, a piece of Bobblehead? Yeah, we're doing well. There's 4 or 5 left.
Are there any trade publications for the medical profession these days?
I'm not a mechanic.
One must remain
What could she
current on the
possibly want
latest
from me?
procedures.
Well, I wanted to talk to you about
You want what?
my friend. Yes,
Is she
yes.
serious?
Yes, she wants to be a human. Yes, she wants to be kind of transplanted. The argument is, as far as I understand it, and I don't really understand it, is she wants to continue her research as a kind of a human rather than a robot. But anyway, don't look at me. Don't look at me. It's her idea, not mine. It's all
Why do you
her.
want this?
I was programmed to further our studies of disease, pathogens, and viruses. I cannot do this with the fundamental limitations of my robotic systems. If I become human, with a wealth of information in my databanks, I hope to do much good for the Commonwealth.
A pre-war robot with your knowledge and skills plus human cognition. Yes, you could potentially save many lives.
I didn't understand anything she just said.
Problem. The memories wouldn't be hard. We translate those from the brain to computers and back all the time here. It's how the loungers work. Her personality, though. All the extra pieces of robotic programmed decision-making. A normal organic brain wouldn't know what to do with them. A synth brain, on the other hand, well, it's already somewhere between the two.
A synth. The things that all the Institute people are talking about. And of course, Nick, of course. Well, I guess I don't really have a synth brain handy, no, Doc. It's I haven't really come across any of that. Oh, except that place with Kellogg. They were synths, but they were more like kind of robotic synths. But that was the only time. I mean, do you have a synth brain out on your person?
I may be able to help with that.
Oh, okay. There you go.
I've worked on synths before, giving them memory wipes so they can live a life free of the Institute. But the procedure isn't always successful. If something goes wrong, it can leave them in a brain-dead state. Living, but with no cognition. I know a caretaker for one of these brain-dead synths. If they're willing, we could try transferring your friend's consciousness into her.
Oh, well, as long as it doesn't, as long as the risks aren't too high, I guess I'd like to try. But it's what Carrie seems to have dreamed of, and what she wants.
Her caretaker's consent. Give me a day to get in contact with them. They're understandably cautious, but I think they'll hear me out.
I guess we'll be careful bringing synths here, especially with that speech Hancock was giving. It kind of almost feels like there's two big sides in the kind of the situation. Right. Well, I guess that means we've found ourselves a potential for Carrie. It looks like Carrie's staying here with the doctor by the look of it. She seems to have kind of wandered off. Well, good, I guess. I mean, I feel a bit uneasy about the whole thing. I mean, it's, in a sense, it feels like, you know, there's about to be some very complex surgery, but it's also surgery on robots, so it's kind of like replacing a part of a machine or tinkering with a gun. But it feels.
You gonna buy something?
It feels different. Let's have a look. What else can we buy around here called chemicals. So we got some food, fresh vegetables. Dear God, no. Oh, you sell magazines? Do you?
Stay free, man.
Absolutely, but look, he sells wonderful magazines. Look, there's a couple of copies of Grognak. Should have taken that guy's t-shirts and everything. And you should be trading some kind of drifters and things. What do you have a Minuteman hat and all that? It's good stuff. You, and there's a dead, murdered person with two people standing next to him. Did you? I mean, Good Neighbor seems to be a friendly place. Some of the time. I'm just gonna, oh God, look. Look, this guy's a synth. There's like a bit of kind of, I don't know how to describe it, like wiring kind of come out of him. He's not a human. He looks like a human.
Just your friendly neighborhood watch, shooting down Institute spies as they crop up.
Yes. Well, I mean, but what happened here? How did you know? I mean, was he a threat?
Ah, poor Sammy got snatched up by the Institute. Then those bastards send this low-rent double in his place. It's pathetic. They didn't make it 2 days before everyone realized something was wrong with him. Then we made the call, and here we are. Speaking of which, I gotta figure out where this body needs to get dumped. Why don't you get going?
So I'm not here to cause any, to start a debate with you about it.
Got a reason to be bothering me.
No.
I just had to shoot up a synth body snatcher over here.
Looks like we got another freak just won't fit anywhere else.
Oh. Well, there's the Hotel Rexford, which I suppose is where we need to possibly atone for our drug-related sins. Right. Well, we better make ourselves look as palatable as possible. We need them to like us. We need to be friendly. We need to be charming. We need to be super. I need to wear everything and anything that will make me look like a wonderful, wonderful person to hang around with. Ah, yes, these glasses always seem to make people smile when they see me. Personally, I think they look fucking ridiculous, but it might just do the trick. We're looking very smart. We've got it good, and maybe a drink or two to kind of improve things might go well. I've got no idea if this is actually going to help, but fizzy lifting beer always kind of makes me a bit kind of charming, and the beers and do stuff do tend to loosen up kind of the situations. I don't think drugs is necessarily going to help in this kind of a situation, but yes, let's go for a little. Oh, I keep putting my pit pad away because I'm a bit nervous. We're going to go for one of these fizzy lifting beers. Oh, that is fizzy. Tingling as I go down. I can't remember what it goes down. It definitely goes down something.
The lobby all day again, or are you actually going to go down and do some work?
Being available to the customers
so
at work.
Who am I supposed to be speaking to? They did say Hotel Wexford, didn't they?
You're new around Good Neighbor, if I'm not mistaken. What do you think of the place?
Oh, it seems like my kind of place. Happy to be here.
Bit of a rough town, but beats cowering behind the walls at Diamond City, that's for damn sure. Name's Rufus. I do repairs around here. Keep the robots running, sell a bit of scrap, that sort of thing. I'm usually here or drinking that swill Charlie slinging at the third rail. Looking for parts? I also might have a job for you if you're interested.
Let's say I'm actually looking for, not right now. I'm gonna be honest, not right now. I have quite a few other things to do. I'm a little bit nervous, and I'm quite drunk, so I don't want necessarily to agree to something that I don't know.
See you around.
What to do? Like, I'm insensitive. I was kind of expecting there to be a kind of a drug dealer kind of here, waiting for me.
Before you even start, let's skip to the point. We have rooms, one room specifically. Payment due up front.
Right. Good. Can you tell me a little bit about the hotel? Anyone here, specifically any, international gangsters?
Oh, why do they always have questions? The Hotel Rexford used to be a grand establishment. We even had guests that didn't throw up all over the floor.
Good.
But now the only people who come by are looking for somewhere to nurse a hangover or shoot up chems.
Speaking of which,
still want a room?
Speaking of the chems, who owns this place?
Mr. Morowski. Oh, you should have seen him in his day. This place used to be flowing with high-end chems, beautiful clients. And oh, the parties. But now he just stews in the back office and disgraces his parents' memory. I swear, if they knew how far he's fallen, they'd die all over again. So why don't you rent a room before I get worked up?
Just tell me in a second about this Murawski character. You say it's in the back room. Any little tips? Anything he likes? Like, you know, buy him a guinea pig or something? How to get in his good books?
Oh, why bother? He's worthless. The other big names caught him with his pants down, and now he just has this ratty hotel. That's the way good neighbor operates. The strong make it to the top until someone stronger kicks them down. Now, are you buying this room or not?
Oh, well, sure. Yeah, I'll take a room.
The room is on the top floor. When you come to the hallway, it's the last one on the right.
Sure, there you go. Keep everyone sweet, keep everyone happy, right? In the back room. Just the back of the... Oh, there's a chappie over there. Is this a back room? This looks more like the basement. Hello? I'm Hugo. Oh. Hi. I'm, really happy to meet you.
Got a lot of nerve showing your face around here. You want I should kick his ass, boss? Not yet. Let's see what he has to say for himself first.
Hi. I understand you, wanted to see me about some chems.
You know exactly what this is about. You stole from me. But I'm giving you the benefit of the doubt. Maybe you didn't know who you were stealing from. It happens. Now you do. Those were my chems you took when you ambushed Trish.
I didn't do an ambush. I was with the people that did the ambush, but it wasn't necessarily me. I mean, really, what makes you think I had anything to do with that anyway? Really, I mean, it was. I went into a bar and.
Me, don't leave witnesses. It makes it real easy to figure out who did it.
I didn't mean. Look. I'm sorry. I didn't know those were your chems. I went with this person. It seemed like a marital difficulty. I didn't really mean to get involved. I just kind of went along, and then I took several thousand caps worth of drugs and sold them on the black market. It happened, but I'm very sorry, and I won't do it again.
That's a good start. Here's the deal. You pay me 2,000 caps, and I'll forget this ever happened. Just this once.
Jesus, 2,000 caps? Come on, maybe be reasonable. That's way more than those chems were probably worth. Probably.
You probably don't even have it, do you?
Well,
I don't know why I'm doing this, but fine. 1,000 caps to square things. Hey, you've got a week. Stan, my friend here was just leaving.
No, wait. I can do it. Wait, it's fine. I have the money. I've got the money. I don't want any troubles. Look, I have it.
I hope you're here to pay up.
Yes. I would. Look, here's your money. And I'm sorry. It's a misunderstanding of I didn't mean to become one of the biggest drug dealers in the Commonwealth. Just happened. My bad. Here's your money. I'm very sorry.
This is a one-time thing, you understand? Don't cross me again.
Thank you. And thank you. You have a lovely place here. I like what you've done with the ceiling, especially. It's reminds me of my mother. Good. Well, that actually went rather well, bearing in mind I could have been murdered and possibly caused the entire town to rise up against me in a fit of vengeance and death. So all in all, we can safely say that we're safe. But
sweet Pip-Boy, brother.
Thank you. What we can't say, though, is that Emmeline is safe. Now, we were given a little flyer, weren't we? She ran off with a preacher or something, didn't she? I've got my notes. I saw them in my notes section. Here you go. Pillars of the community. This is it. Do you feel that your life isn't what you wanted? Are you looking for a change? Come here, Brother Thomas, explain the truth, capitalized, behind our troubled world at the Charles View Amphitheater in the Back Bay. Revival meetings every night. All those seeking to change their lives for the better are welcome.
Stuff in my time, but a flying ship? Yowza.
Yeah, I saw the flying ship. I pissed. Right, let's go. I haven't actually spoken to this person here.
This unit is ready to serve.
Hello. You're what do you have?
Beginning requested task.
You don't have anything. You just have some money to buy and stuff. It's good. It's been great to talk to you about the things that we just spoke about. You got a load of safes and stuff. It's impressive, and a lot of money. A lot of money. You must be quite rich. Good. Well, this has been a successful trip to Good Neighbors so far. So we're going to come back in a day or so. Apart from the murders, it's been quite a successful trip. We'll come back in
my light, man.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to walk in your light. We'll come back in a day or so. Do I want to take my armor with me to go and see this preacher? I mean, it should be okay, shouldn't it? And I've got all my normal armor. We're not going to go after the raiders this time. And I want to be kind of as approachable as possible. But I am going outside of the city limits. So at the very least, I think I'll leave the armor here. But I will put on my my usual ranger gear to just make sure that things are okay. And I haven't actually had my bowler on for a while. Oh, and I have to take off these ridiculous glasses. They're just terrible. There we are. That's how I want the world to see me. That's what I want my show to be. Let us go and find the preacher, which sounds like the beginning of a TV show or a movie, or maybe even an episode of Bobblehead. Who knows? But it was searching for the preacher to save the girl. You see, that does sound quite nostalgic, doesn't it? Find a preacher, save the girl. Unfortunately, then it goes into find the preacher, save the girl, gain access to the asylum, avoid the crazy father that's been living for over 3 decades, and peruse a Bobblehead. But it was good up until that point. So Back Bay. Where was Back Bay? Oh, apparently it's over here. Not too far. So west, almost directly west, next to the bridge. Northwest. Just got to find our way through. Trying not to arouse too much attention. My God, this whole city is a war zone, really, isn't it? If it's not for the actual soldiers making it a war zone, you've got the barricades, you've got the tanks, you've got the bear. Yep, that's a problem. That's a problem. I'm just gonna move away from the bear. Very, very quietly. Shuffling, doing the little Hugo shuffle. Oh, no. Don't smell, don't have scent, don't smell like beer, don't smell like beer. Because otherwise the bear will want the bear. No, the bear will want the beer. Moving away from the bear. Moving away. Why is there a bear? Oh, you know, let's not worry about those kind of questions right now. Right. Where the hell am I? It would appear I'm surrounded by corpses that have been attached to the wall. And wow, there's people living up there in the sky? It feels like I found my way to a sort of kind of raider camp or something. I mean, the spikes on the wall kind of seem to imply that. Where's this Back Bay place?
Bullshit.
Oh. Sounds like there's someone in there. Maybe that thing over there. I mean, we're in the bay. And no one's started to shoot us yet, so these are all positive signs. I mean, you can tell it's a bay because of all the water, and you can tell it's the Back Bay because it's at the back of the city. That's my logic. Look, there's a big structure up there. Whoever was just yelling at me and shouting at me is on top of that building. I've just realised that Sheepy Red said come and see the preacher every night. I hope that means we can still find some of them this morning. Let's go and have a look. Right. Let's be friendly. Let's be friendly. Let's be kind. I think it might be time for me to put the old suit back on. I can't be bothered with the bloody sunglasses. At some point, you at least have to look good. Hello. I'm looking for a friend of.
Always looking for new members.
Yes. Good. No, I'm not necessarily looking to join the faith itself. Oh, actually, you've got the same glasses as me. Oh, that is wonderful. Oh no, in that case, I'll put them back on. Look.
I hope you decide to change your life today.
You have the same face as him, but with glasses. Hello.
Hello, neighbor.
Hello to you too.
Here to learn about our movement?
I'm actually looking for a woman named Emmeline Cabot. Do you know her?
Oh, Emmeline. Yeah, you'd better talk to Brother Thomas about that.
Brother Thomas? Yeah, that was the one on the pamphlet.
Welcome, neighbor.
Hello.
We're always glad to see a new face around here. Tell me something. You ever feel like this whole world is broken? Do you ever wonder why things can't be the way they were in the good old days?
Well, because of all of the nuclear bombs. I mean, yes. I mean, the whole world is broken. You could just see that from the amount of death and destruction. I mean, did you know that less than 200 meters from where we're currently standing, there are bodies strung up on a building, and lots of kind of murder and death going on. I mean, that's a pretty broken world, I'd say.
That's
right
what
there.
I used to think. Until I found a way to make a difference, to transform my life, and maybe everyone else's too. We call ourselves the Pillars of the Community. We're a pretty new movement, so you may not have heard of us. But we're growing fast all across the
You all have very snazzy facial hair.
Part of this exciting future. Step right this way, and I'll be happy to tell you all about our movement and how you can be a part of it.
Oh. I mean, what are you trying to do? What are you bringing to the core? I mean, how could you improve this place? I mean, it is awful. I mean, it sounds good. Tell me more.
That's just fantastic. I know you're going to fit right in around here.
Well, hang on. I wanted you to tell me more. I didn't.
Don't be shy. Just follow me.
Well, I'm following, but to do what? What is the?
You should talk to Brother Thomas about how to join our movement.
Right this way, neighbor.
I mean, do you have to grow a tash as well? I mean, I can grow a tash. I think it would look good. It would look good on the show.
Don't worry, I don't bite.
No. But I mean, these people seem to be the most chilled out I've seen of people in the Commonwealth. They seem happy. They seem relaxed. They seem to know what's what. Maybe they've got something going on here. Ooh.
I'm always excited to welcome a new member into our fold. Alrighty, I hope you're as excited as I am. This is one of my favorite parts of the job, getting to welcome new members into our movement. The first step is simple. You have to learn to give up your attachment to material possessions in order to gain the ability to have true wealth, health, and happiness. Just go ahead and give me everything you own, and I'll initiate you as a first-level pillar of the community.
What? Give you bobbleheads? Are you mad? I'm not giving you everything I own. I've been collecting these bobbleheads for bloody ages. And by giving you it, I'm not sure I get it all back. Look, I'll be honest. Whilst I am interested in improving the lives of myself and everyone around me and having a better Commonwealth, I'm actually here looking for Emmeline Cabot. Do you know who that is?
Oh, I'm sorry, but Emmeline is indisposed right now. She's not seeing visitors.
Well, look, her family is really worried about her, and that's why they asked me to come. Her brother, in particular, is
tell them
Carrie.
That she's fine. Not that it's any of your business, but she and I are just having a little relationship trouble. You know how it is. She's not seeing anybody until she cools off.
Look, it's kind of awkward to kind of ask this, but you know, you're not like holding her prisoner here, are you? Because that wouldn't be very sporting or very kind of nice, you know.
No, she's not a prisoner. She's just locked in her room until she calms down. She was acting crazy, threatening to run off. You know how women can get.
You mean she wanted to leave and you wouldn't let her? Right, come on, here you go. This isn't really, negotiations aren't really your, aren't really like your thing. And the lighting's very strange in here. These glasses are making my eyes look very light and my skin look very, very dark. It's rather unusual. I mean, I could just go the old-fashioned way. I mean, I wonder if I could just offer him an old-fashioned bribe. He does seem very interested in me giving him material wealth, after all. Look, I say, look, what about 500 caps? I mean, what about just to kind of sweeten the deal? Could I maybe have a little word with her then? Would that make her available, perhaps?
Well, that's different. The truth is, we had a little disagreement about her joining the movement. She got kind of violent, so I locked her in there until I could figure out what to do with her. For 500 caps, I'm happy to make her your problem. Here, let me unlock the door for you. I've got to warn you, she's way stronger than she looks. It took all of us combined to even get her locked up in there.
Really?
She's all yours, neighbor.
Thank you, I guess. Although now I'm a little bit paranoid about what I'm going to find. You know, this is quite expensive. What if there's a way I could sneak my caps back? Oh, he seems to have hidden them somewhere already. How annoying. Hello? Hi, I'm,
Don't tell me. Jack sent you.
Yes, he did. That's right. I'm, well, no, technically it was actually Edward, but close enough. You know, friend of the family or employee of the family. So yeah, that's why I'm here.
Edward, who works for Jack. I know Jack was behind this. He's always trying to control me.
Well, okay, fine. Well, it wasn't necessarily Jack. It was your mother who wanted you found, which is why Edward asked me to do it. Like it's all turning into a bit of a kind of a soap opera. But hooray, we found you! You're rescued! Huzzah!
I'm fine, as you can see.
You were
I was just waiting to see if Thomas would come to his senses. But since you've already gone to all this trouble, I may as well leave now. I was bored with Thomas anyway. He seemed so interesting at first. But after we got here, he turned out to be just another brute. He actually thought he could force me to join his absurd cult.
Well, I mean, his cult doesn't sound that bad. They want to make the world a better place, and all you have to do is give them everything you own, except all of the bobbleheads and equipment and guns and weapons and caps. Look, well, do you need anything before we go, or are we ready to make a move?
No. I didn't bring anything worth taking with me. Oh, I'm not going with you. You can tell Mother I'll be along home before too long. I just need a drink first.
Well, don't we all? That doesn't sound like the world's worst idea. We could hang out, have a drink, talk about religion or something. There's some Gwyneth Stout. Although it might belong to this strange little group here. Oh, some ammo. Yeah, I probably shouldn't touch it. Anyway, what an interesting group of people to meet and hang out with. And this must be where he does his nightly shows, preaching to the unconverted and telling everyone about the glory of moustaches and things. Everyone does seem pretty chilled out. Look, and everyone's even got their own mattress. Basically a paradise.
We don't have anything to talk about.
That's not what you said a few seconds ago, but okay, fine. I know when I'm not wanted. I guess we go back on our little mission here. We'll get rid of these bloody glasses, and we'll put the bowler hat back on, and we're ready to rock. So, what's the plan then? I guess we could go head back and see Jack. The lady at Good Neighbor wanted another kind of 24 hours or so to go and to find her friend. I haven't been to Diamond City for a while, but I guess there's no reason to go back. All the other bobbleheads are down south. I mean, I guess I could. I'm just putting it out there. I guess I could go hunting for some of the bobbleheads today. They are always. Well, there's one. They are quite a long way south. Okay, Let's head back to Cabo House and see what we can do there then. It's kind of north. How do I get over there? Stuck. I don't think this was the way I came in. I don't remember there being nearly as many stairs. Ah! It's Monkey! Jesus! Those things will sneak up on you from everywhere! My God! What kind of monster would hide one there where children or people could find it? Well, that was one of the most terrifying experiences of my life. Right, next time, okay, add it to the list. Things I don't do. Staircases. Oh my God, there's a staircase. I'm gonna have to jump over this wall just to avoid it. What if there's a monkey at the bottom of the staircase? Who would know? Who would know? Right, Cabo House. Somewhere through the city. I feel I've walked through the same bit of the city quite a few times now. At some point I'm gonna come across a big poster in the sky for a board game. Mass Fusion Building. I've shot my way quite a few times there now. I'm sure there was a board game poster. I didn't imagine the board game poster, did I? There it is. Blast radius, big board game poster. Right, where's the Cabo House? Somewhere north of the city. Gosh, there's so many places around. Newspaper places, and there was that comic place we saw before, and there was like a clothes shop at one point. It's I mean, it really is a very exciting city. Different adventurers and different you know, explorers you could spend days here looking through every nook cranny, learning about the past, and it'd be wonderful. But not me, not my thing, I'm afraid. Cabo House, Cabo House. I get private property, no trespassing. Oh, here's the house. Standing all alone in its pristine state amongst the wreckage of everything else with their defenses and all that. Let's head in. Still got our gear on, so everything should be fine. Now we need to ask him in a subtle way about the asylum. Hello?
Damn, the signal is strangely weak. Edward, switch over to the Hartley modulator. Do you copy?
Now, how's this?
Oh, that's done it. Edward, what's going on there?
We're under attack. They're inside the building.
Inside? Can you keep them out of the basement?
I'm trying, Jack. I've never seen raiders that...
Oh gosh. Oh no, Edward's in trouble. Is it...
Say, Sammy, the doorway, right there. Sorry, things are a little busy around here right now.
Listen, if they're inside the building, you have to go to the office and shut down the elevator. You can't risk them getting to Lorenzo.
Got it. Office, elevator. You better round up whoever you can and get them.
Is that the asylum? Do they need any help? Is it inside the asylum?
Edward? Come in. Edward! There's no signal at all. I've lost him.
What's happening, Jack? If these people are inside Parsons, if they free him...
Don't worry, I'll handle it.
I always knew it would end this way. I never should have allowed you to lock up Lorenzo in that place.
That isn't helping, Mother. And as I recall, using the serum was your idea, not mine.
So what are you going to do?
I said I'll handle it. I'm thinking.
Who are you again?
I'm Hugo.
He's at Parsons, the old asylum. They're under attack by raiders. It's strange. The guards have held off raiders before without any trouble. I don't know what's gone wrong this time.
Well, probably the same raiders that stole the bull semen from before.
Could be. If some of them had used the undiluted serum, it could explain their unusual success against Edward's men.
Oh, I wasn't implying that, to be honest. I was just kind of making conversation, but you're right, I seem to have come up with a good conclusion. I guess I'm just getting used to not knowing what's going on and eventually finding a bobblehead. It seems to be my default
I'm sorry if you feel that I've been keeping you in the dark. The serum that the raiders stole confers a host of benefits. The main one being to halt aging. My family and I are all over 400 years old. But it also confers other side effects, especially in the undiluted form that the Raiders stole.
Oh gosh. Wow, 400 years old. That's amazing. And it explains why your house is so good. You've had time to fix it all up after the bombs. So I'm assuming this... Well, hang on. If you're over 400 years old, that means you were born before the Great War, like before the bombs. You know what life was like in the past.
Yes, I think you were too. I'd say...
What?
Mid-21st century?
No. I don't actually know what you're talking about. I'm Hugo. I hunt bobbles. They bobble.
Suit yourself. It doesn't matter right now. Is there anything else before we get going?
Where do we get this serum from? And are we going? Are we heading to the asylum?
As you probably guessed, my father is the source of the serum.
Jack, are you sure it's wise telling him all this?
In the course of my attempts to cure him, I discovered that the artifact had introduced anomalies into his blood. So the source of his insanity is also the basis of the treatments that have prolonged all our lives. The irony isn't lost on me, but if he were to escape from Parsons, I would lose my father forever. I will not allow that to happen. Not to mention that the artifact has made him paranoid, homicidally violent, and endowed with extraordinary abilities.
Oh, gosh. Well, I guess being locked up for 200 years by your own son might make anyone a bit grumpy. I'm not very good at small talk, and I don't know why I said that. That doesn't seem very friendly at all.
Just do what you're being paid to do. Hold on. Weren't you off looking for Emmeline? Did you find her?
Yes, absolutely. I found her. She's fine. She's great. Hard to believe she didn't want to come home to her loving family who lock up their family members and live forever.
That's truly none of your concern.
At least there's one small comfort on this terrible day.
You'll be wanting to be paid, of course. Edward usually handles these things. Caps is what you use for currency, isn't that right? Here, I hope that's the right amount. Before we go, I need you to understand something. When we get to Parsons, you need to do exactly what I tell you. Nothing more, nothing less. Is that clear?
Yeah. I mean, there's Bobblehead around, but why is that so important? Like, what's the risk here? Like, is it dangerous?
Have gotten past Edward's men. They may have freed Lorenzo. I'm the only one who understands exactly how to deal with him. Is that clear enough for you?
Crystal, got it. Great.
Good. Make sure you have whatever you'll need for a serious battle. I'll wait for you outside.
Jack, be careful. And try not to hurt him.
I love Father at least as much as you do. But you know as well as I do that if he gets free, there will only be one option.
Don't let it come to that, please.
I'll do my best, Mother. And if Emmeline finally comes home, for God's sake, don't let her leave again until I get back. Now I really do have to go.
My gosh. A serious battle?
I don't need anything right now, thank you.
Alright. Well, I guess if the father dies or escapes, then the rest of the family, if I'm working this out right, if they are basically surviving off his blood, other than being a little bit vampires, that means they die. If the father dies, everyone else dies. They're all connected. Alright, well, I guess if I can get a serious battle, maybe I should have grabbed that power armor. It sounds like we might be coming up against almost superhuman humans. It's like an old Grognak comic book, except in real life and without t-shirts. And instead of an axe, there's a gun.
Ready? Let's go.
Hang on,
to be clear, under no circumstances can we allow Lorenzo to be freed from Parsons. I would have lost my father forever.
What the hell was that?
I refuse to let that happen after spending so long trying to cure him.
No, I need to get my armor. There's some armor that I have back in Good Neighbor, which will keep us safe. Oh, he's not listening. You told me to get ready. Oh, hang on, there's some super order. I got some things. He's got a cracked bowl, some dead stuff. Just, I am coming. Honestly, it's just. Do you mind waiting just a second? It's just over somewhere in there. I know all the buildings look the same, and there's a vertibird. There's a vertibird.
It's the artifact that's made Lorenzo so dangerous. I'm sure his psychosis would be cured if it could be removed.
Damn it, I'm not going to.
All my attempts have failed. It's fused too tightly with his nervous
I think we might be being followed. Yes, no, I understand that things are tricky. God, what is this place? I haven't been here. Where are you taking me?
I'm well aware of the apparent conflict of interest in my father being the source of the treatment that is prolonging my own life. But I assure you that if I had the chance, I would gladly give it all up to have my father back, even for a short time.
Yeah, yes, I understand that. I'm not so good with these kind of empathetic heart-to-hearts, but I understand that there's a kind of dilemma you're kind of going through here.
Get some, motherfucker!
Oh, hell. We've got a small problem. In that German has terrible language. Who are you? He's got some jet on him. Decent combat rifle, too. Oh, hell. There's more of them. We're not alone. We're not alone. Jack! Jack, wait for me! Wait for me! God, I just realised this is the first time I've actually been out and about on my own for a while. I was normally with Carrie, and before that there was Nick, and before that, well, there was all... Jesus! Sounded like a missile whistling past. Look, I really would have felt better if we still had the power armor. Oh, God, I'm going to have to put on this blasted raider armor again, aren't I? I hate this stuff. Silly helmet, and... it's really uncomfy, this stuff, and I look fucking ridiculous, but we're about to go to war again. So I guess we'd better dress for it. Weather today's looking dodgy as well. That big floating ship. You know, there seems to be as many people moaning about the Brother of Steel as moaning about the Institute. This definitely seems to be... I just describe it a war zone, a battlefield. There are treasures in this place that are more than just the baubles. There are things here that the people of the Commonwealth are. That sounds like a wolf. People of the Commonwealth are fighting over and for, and in many ways it seems to be the people themselves. The synths seem to. The synths in the Institute seem to be trying to replace people, if I'm understanding that. The mutants seem to want to eat people, the raiders want to steal from the people, and I'm just hunting the little people that aren't really people. But either way, people. Oh yes, we came here before, the National Guard. Yes, we came past this. God, it's a very dark, gloomy day. Oh, somewhere around here is the those people that wanted help with the raiders. I feel bad I left them. But, I mean, they kind of need to be able to help themselves as well. Are you all right, Jack?
Come on. We need to find out what's happening at Parsons.
Okay. Well, I guess our journey for the foreseeable is set. We're going to be traveling with Jack, making our way back to the asylum, and hopefully finding that last northern bobblehead. Exciting times await us. I do hope, dear bobblehead viewer, that you will join me in the future as we continue to hunt for the baubles. Pip pip and huzzah! Greetings and welcome to the private peek behind Hugo's adventures. Few things to talk about today. We've leveled up a couple of times and we're very much still going down the luck tree, which is down here. We're now up to Grim Reaper's Sprint and we've managed to get 2 stars in there. We're a critical banker, better criticals, and various other bits. And we've now got the second one in medic, and I think I haven't mentioned this for a couple of videos now, we've now got rifleman up to 3 stars. So basically we're shooting harder, defending more, and being more lucky as we do it, which is going to be good for our character. Now the other thing you probably noticed is we managed to get Curry's quest started. Now for those of you that know the game very well will know that you can't actually do Curry's quest without having completed more of the main quest, and we don't want Hugo to do more of the main quest because it doesn't really fit his character and personality, so we cheated. We used just a console command to complete reunions and and Dangerous Minds. So we didn't do it. We didn't explore it. I didn't like film it off screens. I literally just typed in start the quest, end the quest, start the quest, end the quest, and it seems to have worked, crossing my fingers as much as I can with my very static things. And so we've just bypassed that. We're not going to do the Dangerous Mind stuff, and we've just done it so we can access that next stage of Curry's quest, which I've never actually done before. I had to kind of Google what I needed to do, and then we kind of tried this as a solution. So that's it behind the scenes, and we sold most of what we picked up. So if you remember, we came across loads of guys wearing combat armor. We've sold most of that, so we're rolling in the caps, which now puts us back. We're now on 4,700, and that's after bribing that guy for 500 and bribing that guy for 1,000. So we must have been up on kind of 7,000 or so. So we're using our charisma and our gear, because Hugo's basically, his powers are intelligence and charisma, really, with a few bits other elsewhere. So he's using his likability to and money to get his way past certain quests and keep himself kind of bobbling along. Thank you very much to this month's donators who are helping me afford the things that let me play the things in front of you, and thanks to all the people that kind of watch me on Twitch, and to you guys that are now watching on YouTube. Hope you've enjoyed this private peek, and I'll see you soon. Good night, folks.